Noah. Because it doesn't seem to help him. But, and it was raising, it started out at 3 to 7 and then it was up to 5 to 9. Is it down again?
What's it down to now?
The warning is from 7 o'clock tomorrow until 1 AM Wednesday morning, and it's only 6 inches.
Oh,
What's the password for the Wi-Fi? No, this is Chester Public, that's,
Should,
do we have a Wi-Fi thing here?
yeah, in fact, I think
Chester TO, but that's locked, it's a
you should be able to go to town hall upstairs, TH upstairs
TH
or something.
upstairs. And what is the password, sir?
I thought it was giving me an opportunity to share it, but hold on, because I have you in my contact. I think it's. It's let me in one with a capital L.
Let me in?
Yeah, all one word, capital L. I think it's a one after it, but don't hold me to that.
Nope. Let me just go.
Try let me in too then.
I'm not gonna worry about it, I'll find it here.
In fact, I got a thing that popped up on my phone that said, do you want me to share the, because I have you on my contact list, so I think I just
Yeah.
dismissed it without saying, go ahead.
Agenda.
Anyway,
50 minutes, okay.
No, Noah's still saying 4 to 8.
I can't find the darn minutes.
And then another 1 to 3 in the evening. You didn't get called in for file or anything?
I can make a copy of
No,
it. Yeah, it's only 2 pages.
Just that facilities and stuff.
Yeah, I had a minor correction. So,
Well, if you know where your correction is,
oh,
you can mark it on this document if you want, because I have
Sure.
one minor correction also. Here, you.
pencil it.
Yeah.
Very clear.
Okay. Yeah, we can overlook. You got my pen, phone.
It said 6-foot mound and it was a 6-inch mound.
Ah, okay.
That's. That reminds me of the Spinal Tap episode where something wound up this big.
Yeah. One little squiggle makes a difference.
Okay, it is 6:32. So I call this meeting to order. The first item on the agenda is to open a public hearing to review the proposed bylaw amendments for electronic message displays. So I will make a motion to open the public hearing.
I will second it.
All in favor of opening the public hearing to review the amended EMD bylaw language? Aye. All opposed? Okay. So this would be the opportunity for anybody from the public to share their feedback about this proposed language before it goes to the select board for their public hearing. So just to remind everybody, part of statute requires that the planning commission have a public hearing, and once we hear from the public, we have the option to make adjustments, pull it back, send it forward to the select board for their consideration. So this is part of the process. The only thing that I'll add or say, which I picked up when I was reviewing this proposed language change, when we last met, we basically were saying it was in the village mixed use district, which made sense, and it was the original document said in residential 2, which is the zone that the high school was previously in. However, as a result of the NDA work that we did, the high school actually went into the neighborhood district. So all I did was swap out residential 2 for neighborhood for the zone, because as you guys all remember, we're kind of doing work to have a pretty tight control over where these signs can go. And so not only do we have the requirement to go through the Development Review Board to get one, it can only be a municipal building or a public school, and it can only be in one of these 2 zoning districts. So that pretty much, at least for now, limits, the application of this language to a pretty small and tight realm of possibilities, which is what we were wanting to do to get things started. So I just wanted to kind of update everybody that there was an error in the previous document that we looked at our last planning commission meeting. It previously said residential 2, so I changed it from residential 2 to neighborhood to reflect the property that the high school's in. And that is the only change. So Randy, you're the only one that's here from the public. Do you have any additional feedback before we close the public hearing?
No, I guess really, Randy Miles from Chester, obviously, but I'd just like to thank the board for all your hard work. I think you put a lot of care and detail into this. It took us a little time, which is fine because we changed and tweaked things as you went along, and I think what you ended up is pretty good. If, the select board sees this, I don't think they're really gonna find too much that they would probably have to change. So I think you did a great job, and I thank you very much. And I'm sure the school will thank you if this moves forward and
Yeah.
passes through.
Very good. Okay, well, without anybody else from the public to provide a point of view that would cause us to either alter or reconsider this language, I will make a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll second it.
All in favor of closing the public hearing?
All right.
Aye. All opposed? Okay, so the public hearing is closed. So what we'll do now is we'll just go into the remainder of our normal planning commission agenda. And the first item on the agenda is to approve the minutes from the November 3rd, 2025 meeting. So I guess I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as drafted.
I'll second that.
Well, with the change I wrote,
Yep, so now let's talk about changes. There's 2 changes. I have a change and Scott has a change. So on line 38 of page 1, there's a sentence that says, begins with, Hugh noted they weren't a record town. That should read, Hugh noted that they were an on the record town. So that's one change. And Scott picked up a change on line 48. The sentence begins with, it was on a 6-foot mound, and that 6 foot should be 6 inches. Any other changes to the draft minutes for November 3rd?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, all in favor of approving the minutes as revised?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Okay. That's that. Citizens' comments. Now would be the time to make a comment for anything that's not on today's agenda. Any citizens' comments? All right. So the next thing on the agenda is for us to basically make a motion and vote on whether we're prepared to send this proposed amendment to the select board for their consideration. So I will make the motion. I'll make a motion to advance this proposed EMD bylaw language to the select board for their consideration for adoption.
So I'll second it with the minor corrections
Okay, all in favor of, sending this language to the select board for their consideration? Aye. All opposed? Okay, so, last thing on that item is, I think when I looked at the calendar, and let me look at my calendar, given the, schedule for public hearing warnings, the earliest this will be in front of the select board is Wednesday, January 7th. That's the date we're gonna try to present this to the select board. I've already spoken to Julie about it, so she's got it tentatively scheduled for the 7th. I will go ahead and make sure that the hearing notice gets posted in advance. As most of you, likely know, it's kind of a pattern that you don't always get a lot of feedback in the commission meetings, but when it goes to the select board, people tend to be paying a little more attention to what's going on at the select board, so it's likely or possible at least that we could get some additional feedback in the select board public hearing. So with that being said, the only thing I would suggest, Randy, since you're here, is if you think there's anybody from the high school that would consider attending the meeting on the 7th, just to be able to provide support for it. I don't think that could hurt, just something to consider. I don't think it's mandatory, but, I'm sure it'll probably come up in some level of a discussion about, what was the, driving, the major driving force for us taking this up at this time, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other comments on item number 4 on the agenda?
No.
Okay, so all I need now is a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
In a second.
Second.
All in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Okay, this public hearing and planning commission meeting is over.